I want to take at least 7 breaths to scan through the big energy centers. This thing that I do often within my own practice, and I really like to do it collectively as well. So we'll just start. Close your eyes, and we'll just take one big breath through the whole body just to arrive here and now. And we'll start breathing into the root of the body. What's on the ground? The pelvic floor. The inside of the legs into the bottoms of the feet. The tailbone. Into the pelvis, the sacral chakra, the low belly, the deep center, the deep fire within us. Into the power middle, to the abdomen and the big fire, metabolism, drive, willpower. Personal power. We're drawing maybe the ribs in just a little, kind of seal it up and breathe into the middle and the back body. We'll breathe into the heart, the chest, the lungs, everything there. And this fire within the heart. A big breath of compassion and love within. Into the throat, the shoulders, the jaw, the neck. Oh my goodness. And as you breathe there, you might even take little circles for your shoulders, maybe movements in your neck. The third eye area, the temples, the eyebrows, the forehead, the eyes. Notice even if they're closed, if you're kind of straining still, if there's a way to relax that. I always think of this as like the light from a lighthouse, shining out. Connecting. And into the crown and the top of the head. Connection, not just with others or with all things, but with truly all things. Big and small. Great. Take one more big breath with a big, heavy exhale. Maybe a forceful exhale, like a that feels good. Maybe it's a sigh. Do it again. Shake it out a little bit. One more big breath. Good. Thank you so much. Gentle, blink the eyes open. Rub your hands together. And let's just take the hands over the eyes. Maybe you kind of run them over the face, and they don't have to touch the actual skin if you don't want to. You can cup the hands over the eyes. Maybe run them down. And it can be off body. Going to do a little massage on the cheeks, on the jawline. So as I do that kind of scan, I'm really just checking in to see if there's any areas that bring anything up. If there's anything in the body or anywhere in the emotional field, spiritual fields, physical, if it's like, oh, my neck is sore, or, release that out, roll your shoulders. I can go on and on about that stuff for a really long time. So if you're ever interested and you want to hear more, if you want to do any chakra work, let me know. We can always do more. Reach up, push up to the sky and release the fingers. Open up, a big breath through the front. Exhale, softly release the hands. Little cat-cows. Breathe through the front and the back. Breathe through the middle. Great. Reach up and exhale to fold. Good. Nice deep breath or two here. Maybe stretch through the arms, maybe stretch through the back. Each pose you might feel differently than other people, or maybe it's similar. We don't really know. So just feel into what you notice, what feels tight, what feels open, what receives, what can let go. And thank goodness for all of it. So lucky to be here. Take the hands behind you, open up the front body and draw your shoulders down. Big breath. Softly let that go. Change your legs. We'll just do a little cat-cows on this side and then we'll roll into a table. We'll just do a little bit cat-cows. Not sure what's coming up today. Reach up and release the fingers and press up. Big breath. And softly release. Forward fold again. Big breath here. One breath. Exhale. Soften. Relax your heart. Take the hands behind you. One more time. I'm really into this sense of opening up apparently. And let it go. Now let's roll forward into table. Continue your cat-cows. Take your left leg back, tabletop. Left leg back. Move your ankle around. Move your hip around. Bring the toes down and push into that leg. Push down into the foot. Other side. And bring that foot down, push down and back. And we'll just lift up the hips to down dog, right up. Big stretch. So you can notice if you're focusing on the feeling in your legs, maybe versus feeling through the upper body, through the back. Maybe both. Release the neck. Release the forehead. Reach your right leg up, three-leg dog, level out. Level your shoulders. Lift up that leg a little higher. Bend the knee. Draw the knee forward to the heart. And lift it back up. Gently soften that foot down to the mat and change sides. So the left leg lifts up. Just feeling into that. Upper body stays in down dog. You lift your leg a little higher. Bend the knee. And just draw the knee forward without moving the rest of the body. Good. Lift it back up and float the foot down. Step all the way forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We'll be here in forward fold for another couple of breaths, maybe like two to three. Slowly rise all the way up. Bend your knees, roll up. It's an interesting thing. We'll maybe talk about that sometime, the different ways that yoga is taught to like rise up. Reach your arms up, exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, exhale into plank pose. Step back, one foot, both foot. Here we are. Find your plank. You can lift your hips up and lower them down, maybe kind of getting into the sense of what's too low, what's too high, what feels a little easier, what feels harder. You could always have the knees down if you like. That's most supportive to your shoulders, to your well-being today. And lower the heart all the way down. Hug your elbows back. Come into a little cobra. And push back to your knee plank. Knee plank this time. Rearrange your hands underneath the shoulders if you need to. Sometimes they kind of like move out of place as you come down. And lower back down. One plank through the front body. Cobra pose, inhale. And do it again. Push up to your knee plank. Find your alignment. Hug the elbows back. Secure your shoulders. One more time to lower down. Good. Cobra pose. Ooh. Exhale to your down dog. And a breath. Take your right leg and lift it up. Maybe you open out the hip if you like. Maybe you bend the knee. I wouldn't recommend like coming into a full scorpion at this point, but maybe a little bit of open space. Bring the hip back to level and draw your knee forward. Round it towards your heart. Upper body stays in down dog. Lift that leg up. Exhale, step your foot forward and come up, crescent. Whew. Awesome. Crescent lunge, arm up. And check the amount of space between your feet if it feels like, so it's like hip joint to hip joint. Usually about 1 to 2 fists, they say. Step forward into mountain pose, stand in mountain. Breathe into the feet, little soft bend through your knees. Engagement up the inner legs into the pelvic floor. Take a breath. Lift up through the top of the head if you could. Imagine that creating a little bit more length and space. Draw the low belly in, breathe into the sacrum. Draw the ribs in, breathe into the abdomen. Breathe into the chest, into the back body, the back of the heart. Shines upwards, shines outwards in all directions. A breath into the shoulders, roll your shoulders down the back, and the neck, soften the jaw. Find a soft stare, breathe, relax your eyebrows. And connect back into the feet and connect back up into the top of the head. And reach up. How glorious it is. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Step into plank pose. And maybe you go through all of that again in plank. Breathe into the feet, breathe through the legs. Engage the pelvic floor. All the way up the line, ribs, neck and shoulders, forehead, jaw. Top of the head is lengthening as you're pressing into the feet. Lower down, exhale, cobra pose. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath in down dog. Lift the left leg up. Inhale, lift it up. If you want to, open it out a bit. Level shoulders. Level out your hip. Draw your knee forward without moving the upper body. And reach your leg back up. Exhale, step your foot forward. Rise into crescent. Push into the feet. You can feel it lift up through your body. Crescent lunge. Strong and stable. We're ready to go. Step forward, land into mountain. Reach your arms up, open up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift with your inhale. Exhale, step into plank pose and lower through your chaturanga. Maybe you're working through plank at the elbows. Into up dog. Exhale to down dog. Reach your right leg up. Exhale, step that foot forward. We're coming back. Crescent lunge, rise up. A breath. Sink in. Step forward. In your time, your movements, mountain pose. Reach up, begin again. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift with your inhale. Plank pose. Step back and lower through your chaturanga. Up dog or cobra, whatever moves you. Beautiful, beautiful, awesome. Exhale, back to down dog. That was awesome. It's funny, I can only see so much of people that, I'm so lucky for that. Great work. Down dog. Take your right leg up. Exhale, step that foot forward. Back foot to warrior one. Lift up. Step forward. Land into your mountain pose and come into your chair. In chair, you might lift your heels a little bit. A little bit. A little bit more. Slowly reach back up, lower your heels. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, and we're gonna take the left foot back this time. All the way back. Let's soften that back knee down and lengthen out our front leg. Just get a little space here. If it feels good to do it again, I'm gonna draw the weight forward and then back. You wanna stay. Bring your weight forward, bend the back knee, rainbow your arm up and over and try to grab towards your foot. It's okay if it doesn't touch. Rainbow back overhead, step back into plank pose and come through your chaturanga. You know there's lots of options for you. We're moving with integrity. We're moving with honesty. We're trying. And that is everything. Exhale to down dog in your time. And take your left leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Change your back foot, warrior one. Rise up. Just flowing through the breath with the body. Step forward. Come into chair. Try to land your feet gracefully, softly, back and forth. Some days more than others, you know. I've been so clumsy lately, it's funny. Inhale, lift up. Come up to your tippy toes, maybe standing upright. Arms are up. Maybe you can lift up little at a time, little at a time. Weight might travel in and out of the foot. And exhale, lower down, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Take the right foot all the way back. Lower that knee down, lengthen your front leg. Maybe you do it again if you like this movement, forward and back. We'll be here for a breath with the leg lengthening. Check into your toes. What you doing, pinky toe? It's like, I don't know. Not this. All right, draw the weight forward, bend that front knee, bend your back knee. Point the toes up and rainbow overhead. If that front knee wants to open out, you might just give a little step with your foot out towards the side of the mat. Rainbow back overhead. Step into plank pose, come through chaturanga. Up dog cobra, exhale, down dog. Now this transition is it might land us kind of facing different directions just because we're not, in the same space, but take your left leg up. If you want to open it out, bend the knee, give some space, take up some space. Level it out, draw that knee towards the heart. Upper body stays in down dog. Hip flexor working, lengthen out that leg. Exhale, step your foot all the way forward. So to land where it does, scooch it into place as needed. Come into your twist. Back knee can be up or down. Just inviting this twist to occur. Doesn't need to be deep. Doesn't have to be anything. So here's the transition. I've done it plenty of times in, in the gym and stuff, but I've only a few times here. So I'm taking my hands and walking them around, swiveling both feet, knees, and hips into place, into a wide stance at the same time. So my hands are taking a walk and my legs are moving in the only direction they can. Whichever way that is for you is fine. We're in a wide forward fold. Exhale, drop into it. Relax. Can move the feet as needed, find your alignment. And be here for just a few more breaths. Relax in. Slowly rise up, bend the knee. And just take your left foot and open it into like warrior two. So we're just pivoting on the heel, knee, toes, hip. Sink into it and lift back up, sink into it, lift back up. We're just kind of floating up and down here. Engage the back leg, engage the glutes. So it doesn't matter if you're, which direction you're facing, because we're just being present with the body. And if you want to, take your arms out to warrior two, kind of float them up and down, up and down. One more time, up. We'll stay in warrior two. Breathe. Feel what's on the ground. Feel the space above your head. Lift up a little through the top of the head. Shoulders down, shoulder blades towards each other. Or just lengthen out your leg, come into your triangle. We'll be here for 3 breaths. Little things along the way. Lift up the heart, open it, turn it towards your top hand. Engage your legs, engage up, rising up, bend your knee and come up. So let's pivot the foot back into wide, forward fold. And bend into one knee at a time, side to side. See please what feels good for you. Now the same way we got here is how we're gonna get back. Slowly walking our hands to the front and pivoting the feet together into place. So nothing turns without the foot, the hip, and the knee. They're all together. When you get there, lower the back knee down. You may need to step things into place a little bit. Back knee down, lengthen your leg, point the toes up. Walk the weight forward, bend that knee, bend the back knee, and we're rainbowing again, up and over. Maybe the foot's a little more accessible. Do what you need to do. Release it big overhead. Exhale, step back, and if you want to come through chaturanga, go for it. If you don't, meet me in down dog. Awesome. Right leg up. Scorpion if you like. Level that into place and draw the knee forward without moving the upper body. Lengthen it, lift up, 3-leg dog, and this time step forward. Step that foot all the way forward. Twist. Excellent. Lower the hand down, and here we go, taking a walk the other way. So you certainly might end up facing away from the camera, no problem. We'll be in our wide forward fold. Three more breaths. Feel free to do what feels good to you, what your body is asking for. It's your practice. One more breath, we'll rise up. And the knees come up. And so we're pivoting open to the right foot. Sink in, rise up. Kind of getting into this feeling. When you're ready, have the arms in it, reaching them up and down. It's almost like when I'm lifting, I'm letting my wrists do the lifting first and the lowering first, if that makes sense. Kind of More of a fluid movement. Awesome. Settle into your warrior two when you're ready. Just connect into your breath. Good. Lengthen out your leg and come into your triangle. You can rotate the heart, lift it up a little bit more. Find strength in the legs. Find strength in your bottom arm. Good. Bend that knee. Rise back up through warrior two. Pivot the foot back into place, back into your wide forward fold. I'm gonna move side to side here, reach towards one leg or the ground, just kind of getting into that low back and side area. Taking that same walk back around to the front. So the hands walk and the legs start to move into place. It's like not a big deal, but we're avoiding any injury by taking things mindfully and slowly. Lengthen out your front leg and we'll be here. Pinky toe. Those are so cute. Bring your weight forward, bend the knees, and reach for your back foot up and over. My front knee is inclined to open, so I'm just gonna guide my front foot open a little bit with it. Walking it towards the side of the mat. Be here breathing. Quad stretch, twist. Good. Come out, step back. And this time we get to lower down into child pose. We're coming into pigeon pose. So you know if pigeon isn't it for you, do what is. And lift up into down dog. We'll take your right leg, lift it up. And last time we did wild thing. If you want to do wild thing again, feel free, swiveling all the way until that foot comes back to the ground, flipping the heart open. Unraveling all the way back up into pigeon. That leg lifts up and then the knee draws forward to the wrist. Adjust as needed. Check that your back foot is in alignment so it doesn't draw the toes in. Relax in. So I want to offer that king pigeon, quad stretch. Bring your back knee, if you're in this position, bring the back knee forward. Engage. I'm using a block because I remembered to do as I say. All right, point that foot up and we reach over. You can try one hand. You can try the other hand. You can try both hands. There's so much engagement of the legs, that root chakra, that like lower chakra, squeezing the legs, drawing the pelvic floor up, engagement so much up. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And if you are there and that is feeling good, and you have one hand, you might take the other hand like dancer pose. And slowly come out all the way. We'll lift that leg all the way back up. Come out in your way. And do that all on the other side. Down dog. If you want to do wild thing. Scorpion, anything. Really notice that bottom shoulder in your wild thing transition. Good. Rotating back, lift the leg and draw the knee all the way forward. Good. Awesome. On this side, same thing. If you want to try, go for it. If you're not really wanting to like reach back and stuff, you could just work. This is really, I mean, in my opinion, this is the hard part. Sustaining, breathing. My legs are shaking. My breath is coming out kind of shaky, but I'm using my ocean breath to keep calm. And if we wanted to, we could always try to reach for the foot. And if we have that, we could try reaching the arm up. And come out. Take that leg up, however. Circulating. We'll end up back into child's pose. If you want to do it with the knees more open or more together, if you want to do more like frog with the legs a lot more open, sinking back. And just slowly, slowly come up to a seat. Let's see, I want to just start in whatever seat is most comfortable. I want to do some side stretch. So I'll start with my right hand down, left arm up and over, bending into that bottom elbow to lift up and make some space. Notice if it feels like you're kind of dropping into the side, or if you could feel more expansion, like the side that's getting stretched is becoming a little bit longer, more full. And slowly come back from there, do it on the other side. And up. I'll take the legs to butterfly into butterfly forward fold. Come back up and take the left leg out. Do this lift up and fold over the leg. Come up. The side stretch down the leg. Both hands are reaching towards that foot. We're still having this sense of pushing your hand into your leg and creating a little bit more of that like lengthening line through the upper side. So it's not a collapse. Push your hand into the leg and rise up. Change sides. Relaxing into stretches. Walk your hands up and we'll change into the side stretch, up and over. So notice where you feel it. And we'll come up. Let's take the legs and we'll do cow face, face of light. So stacking the knees, my left is on the bottom right now, and I've said it 1,000 times, I'm sure, that wherever the knee lands, if it's stacked or if it's up, if you even were doing something more like this. Thought I was gonna sneeze. So the The left arm can be on top, bend the elbow. You could certainly do this one side at a time if you just wanted to keep your hand here to support your upper arm and the length through your spine, through your neck. Or if it feels secure, you could use the hand to reach across. These are two different stretches for each shoulder, different areas being stretched and used. As we're here, soften your eyebrows, soften your jaw, soften the breath. Keep the neck long in the back of the neck. Soften your hips, soften your knees, soften your toes. And either forward fold with the arms as they are or release the arms. And if forward folding isn't it, you could maybe bring the hands behind you instead, shine the heart up. We'll come out and change. So this is my right arm on top. Other arm might come across, then the elbow, maybe the hands touch. If that makes you kind of like round at the neck and it feels kind of like compressing in the chest or anything like that, it's okay to release the bottom arm and just work on the top arm with being upright. So we're not taking from the back and the shoulders, or like we're not taking from the upper back and the neck to give it to the shoulders. Soften along the way. And if you want to fold or come back, either way. Lean back and take both legs forward. You can gentle pat the knees, shake them out. Let's just return into butterfly one more time, into a butterfly forward fold. Relaxing in. Is there more you could let go of? Come up, a little twist, butterfly twist. Change direction. And come through center. You can use your hands to help lift the knees. And either reverse table, reverse plank, which is like reverse table with the legs out, or reverse table. The fingers are reaching forward towards my toes. Please take care of your neck. One more breath. Easy in. And exhale to lower. Lower slowly through your boat pose. So start with boat. And see how long it can take you to come all the way to your back. You get there, hug the knees, and take a moment just to be here, relaxing on your back. We'll take some happy baby moments here. Just grab for the feet, allow the body to just do what it naturally wants to do here, whatever stretching in happy baby. Come out and come into bridge pose. Lift up the heels and roll down. Let your knees rock out side to side. We'll keep the left foot on the mat for now. Take your right leg, kick it up to the sky. Slide your hands up the back of the leg. I usually kind of interlace my fingers to cradle the leg. Having that other foot on the ground supports the low back. Breathe into your leg. Take a breath to bend that knee to your side, half happy baby. So we're just rolling that knee towards the shoulder, towards the outside of the shoulder. Lift the leg back up. And if you want to slide your foot down the mat, if it feels okay to your back. So I have one leg extended and the other leg is up. This is like warrior 3. This is like 3-leg dog. And just bend that knee into the heart. So just bend it into the chest. Interlace your fingers around the shin. We can take that leg across to twist. I do, recommend shifting the hips to the right an inch or two before you take it across the body. That knee can be bent or extended. You can hold on to the leg anywhere along the leg or at the foot. The next exhale, bend the knee, rotate back, and we'll do that on the other side. I like to spend a moment or two drawing the knee side to side, just letting go of anything that happened. Any feelings in the back. So now the right foot's on the mat, the knee is bent, and the other leg is kicking up to the sky. Hold around the back of the leg, and we'll breathe. Bend that knee into a half happy baby, grab for the outside of your foot. Try to note your pelvis is probably going to shift that way. So we can try to notice that and shift it, keep it aligned. Lift it back up. And this time, if you are interested in taking that leg, the other leg down, it just probably increases the sensations that are happening. So not the hugest deal. And take it across the body to twist. Again, shift your hips over to the left this time. One more breath. Inhale and exhale to rotate back. Bring the feet down. Draw your knees side to side. Option for fish pose, where I put my hands underneath my pelvis, forearms on the ground. I kind of do have to shrug my shoulders up to do that. It's like one of the rare times I would, cue to do that, shrug the shoulders towards the ears. The legs extend out, push into the forearms, shine that big, gorgeous heart up, and the head rests very gently at the back, kind of upper corner of the head. This is where we're making space, with the chest lifting and the shoulders stable. That's an option. When you do that, if you want to come out, just kind of very gently come out just like you went in, lower down. Another option would be to take like shoulder stand where we hold on to the back, legs up, and shift the hips up. The legs also squeeze here. Think that if you want to take it to plow where the feet come up and over, it's up to you. Similar where the arms are pressing into the ground, into the mat to create this stability. Awesome. Gently come out. Nice. Hug the knees and do what feels good. Spend a few breaths. Maybe it's stillness. Maybe it's movement. Maybe it's a pose. If you wanted to do either of those again, otherwise, maybe a last twist. And if you're ready to relax into your Shavasana and sail away, there's plenty of time.